Good evening, and welcome to the very final episode. And not just the episode, it's the very final episode of season 5 of Visible Women on LinkedIn, but it's also the very final episode of Visible Women on LinkedIn, the entire series. Oh my God, this is history in the making right now. So if you are joining me and you are tuning in right now, we are broadcasting live on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube, and you are making history with me. The first thing I want you to do is let me know who you are in the comments. I want you to say hello in the comments. Let me know who you are. Let me know what part of the world you're tuning in from. And yes, type in something that relates to this great history, this legacy that we're creating right now, rounding up the season of Visible Women on LinkedIn. Now, today is tonight, actually, for me here in the UK. You might be tuning in from the States or somewhere else in the world, and it's today. It's in the morning or afternoon for you. Whatever it is, today is going to be a party. As much of a party as we can do, me at my house, you at yours. That's what we're going to do today. This is going to be an end of season celebration, end of series celebration of Visible Women on LinkedIn. Now, season 5 has taken place all this week. In fact, before I get into it, I want to explain. I'm going to share with you because I know you might be tuning in for the first time. I know you might be coming back after seeing it this week, but just in case you don't know what Visible Women on LinkedIn is or what you have missed for the last 5 seasons, what you have missed. This is a show that I created, a LinkedIn live show that I created because, and who is I? It would be really helpful if I told you who I is. So just in case you're not familiar, I'm going to tell you who I is in case you tuned in by random. So my name is Mildred Talabi. And I am a LinkedIn visibility coach. I specialize in working with female leaders to build a personal brand, an authentic personal brand on LinkedIn in order to advance your career or your business. Now, Visible Women on LinkedIn, the show, was created because I come into contact with so many fabulous women in my line of work, and I thought, I would love to give them a platform and a voice so that we can learn from them, be inspired by them, be motivated by them. And so that's how the series was born. And the first season kicked off in November 2020. So November 2020 is when we had the first season of Visible Women on LinkedIn. I had some really amazing guests. You know what would have been really great if I had organized it beforehand, go through all the guests I've had since season 1. That would have been awesome. But since I haven't organized it beforehand, you're just going to have to take my word for it. Or you can also go on YouTube and you can catch the replays of all the interviews that I've done for Visible Women. You can find it on LinkedIn, but it's a lot harder to find on LinkedIn. It's a lot easier on YouTube. Just search Mildred Talabi and you will find it there. So the show was birthed from this whole idea of wanting to give these awesome ladies a platform so we can learn from them. So we started season 1 in November 2020, and then over 2021 we did another 4 free seasons, and then this one that we have just finished this week, season 5, and I had some fantastic guests all this week, is the very final season because I am putting a series to bed. I'm putting a series to bed because there's some new stuff coming later on in the year. So don't worry. I'm not just going to leave you hanging. But we are going to celebrate this season tonight. We're going to celebrate it. And how we're going to do that is, so some of what's going to happen today, I'm going to recap the season that we've just had, some of the lessons that we learned from the guests that we just had. I'm going to give you the opportunity to win some prizes, including, I got to show you this. This is a copy of my LinkedIn book, Start Being Visible. Now, this book is your manual for everything you need to know and do to start being visible on LinkedIn, so that you can build your brand and advance your career, your business, especially your business. You will get the chance to win a copy of this tonight. So, and I'm going to share with you some of my own story of how I got started on my journey to being visible on LinkedIn and how I was able to build an audience to where it's now kind of over 32,000 followers from having much less than that gather over a 12-year period, having that happen in the last 2 years, so I'm going to share some of that with you. And of course, I want to take some of your questions. I want to help you out if you've got any questions regarding you being visible on LinkedIn, any obstacles, anything that's stopping you from being visible, anything you'd like to know about how LinkedIn works, then drop it in the comments, because we are going to get to all of it tonight. It's all about you tonight. So do interact with me in the comments and let's have some fun together. So, okay, who is here with me? We were having trouble with the streaming on LinkedIn, but it looks like everything is sorted today. So I am excited to see in the house. We have got Malachi Talabi. Malachi Talabi, we have the same surname. That gives you a clue. Thank you, hubby, for tuning in. We've got Yvonne. Hi, Yvonne. Good to see you, Yvonne. Oh, Yvonne says, congratulations. We're all women so proud of what you're doing. It's amazing. Yes. Yvonne, absolutely. Let's connect later. By the way, if we're not connected on LinkedIn and you don't yet follow me, please feel free to reach out. And just let me know you saw me in the show. I'm more than happy to connect with you. But glad to have you in the house, Yvonne. Glad to have you. Mark is in the house. Mark Robinson. Maniho Griffin is in the house. And yes, Maniho, I can see LinkedIn comments today. Sonia brought some virtual cake. If only it was real, Sonia. If only, but thank you. And Diane is in the house. And I've got a LinkedIn user. Is that you, Christiana? That's in the house. So good to see you all tonight. And I'm so happy that you can join me. If you're watching a replay as well, please drop a hello and all of that in the comments. And react to show that you're watching. Absolutely react to show that you're watching as well, so that I know who's here. Because that's the only way I kind of know who's watching, if you don't leave a comment. Okay. And also because this is a party. Now, what you do at a party, you don't just go there and just stand by yourself and talk only to yourself. So I want you guys to talk to me, but I also want you to talk to each other and connect with each other in the comments, because this is how you build your network on LinkedIn. I'm telling you, having a community on LinkedIn is so crucial. If you want to get some good results out of LinkedIn, really building connections with people, because it's not just about, oh, I'm just here to, get some business or whatever it is that you're doing and clear off, When you really start connecting with others and building relationships, it opens up this platform in such a great way. So please do connect with each other in the comments as we go along, the session. Now, okay, so the first thing I'm going to tell you, and I think I'll probably start with the giveaway right now, because I'm going to tell you this and then I'll give away the first prize. And then we're going to talk about my own journey to visibility. And as I said, drop your questions in as we go along. So I want you to get a pen, get some paper, and write this date down in your diary. Thursday, the 3rd of March. I want you to write this down in your diary. Mildred, what's happening on Thursday, the 3rd of March? Well, I am so glad you asked. Thursday, the 3rd of March, I am hosting a free LinkedIn masterclass. It's called Visible and Profitable. Because in this masterclass, it's a 3-hour session. I am going to teach you everything. Well, most of what I can fit in that time slot, right? I'm going to teach you everything that I can in that time slot about how you can start being visible on LinkedIn and how you can turn that visibility into profitability. So that's the thing. This is what we're going to do. This is absolutely what we're going to do. And my husband is sticking balloons. He's sticking balloons behind me, people. I'm here trying to look all professional and he's sticking balloons behind me. But thank you. Thank you. All right, thank you very much. Oh, and he's just added another giveaway to the pile. Look, this is what he's added. My husband is also he's a writer. He's written way more books than me, and he's an awesome public speaking coach. Public speaking coach and a speaker. He's like one of the best speakers in the world. Honestly, I'm not biased. I'm seriously not biased. So he's just given me this as a giveaway prize for somebody today. It's called Smash It With a Story by Malachi Talabi. Now listen, if you are going to be successful and build in creating content on LinkedIn, and we'll talk about that later, writing stories, sharing your stories is a really great way to go about it. And in this book, Malachi really talks about how you can, as it says, smash it with a story, how you can create the structure for a story, how you can build up to writing a story that you can use in your public speaking, and also you can use in your LinkedIn content. So this is an awesome book. You can pick up a copy from Amazon, but somebody is going to win a copy tonight because he just handed it to me while he stopped balloons behind me. So I'm going to put that there and we'll come back to that. So what we're talking about, the LinkedIn Masterclass. Now, this LinkedIn Masterclass is where you are going to learn how to build a visible and profitable business, because the visible comes first and then the profitable. Sometimes people get it the wrong way around. They're so eager to get, I want business from LinkedIn. I just want business from LinkedIn. I want somebody to buy my products, my services. I want them to hire me for coaching. I want. Slow your roll. Slow your roll. Okay, so let's first get you visible. And when I talk about being visible, here's how I define being visible. Now, the dictionary definition is slightly different. Mildred's definition is, when I say being visible, I am referring to you being seen, heard, and remembered, by the right people. And for you, that's your target audience, whoever that might be. You want to be seen, you want to be heard, and you want to be remembered. This is the essence of a personal brand. This very week, I did a workshop for Roehampton Business School, which is really great, on personal branding. And this is some of what I shared with their students. But when you really take the time to create a personal brand for yourself, you become unforgettable. And that's what we want to do on LinkedIn. You want to build an authentic personal brand that people will remember. So being visible is about you being seen, heard, and remembered. And once that happens, once you start being visible on LinkedIn, then the profitability will follow if you stick at it long enough and if you do the right thing. But in this session, I am going to share with you at the masterclass how you can do this, how you can do both. So Thursday the 3rd of March, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Now, the tickets for the masterclass are absolutely free. Free ticket for the masterclass. If you want to attend general ticket, it's free. You can come along and learn what you can. No obligation to do anything afterwards. Just learn and go. That's fine. If you want to learn and do more, absolutely, that's good. There'll be an option to do that. But so you can absolutely come along for free. But there is also the option to upgrade to VIP. Now, if you upgrade to VIP, what you will get is the chance to get closer to me, up close. And who doesn't want that chance? You get the chance to get close to me in a 1-hour Q&A session. So in this Q&A, you can ask anything you like about LinkedIn, about your own business, and we'll just dive in and really do some hot seat coaching on the spot. So there's some 1-hour coaching there we'll do pre the session. So the general lot come in later. The VIPs, we have this time first. You also get some feedback on your LinkedIn profile. So LinkedIn profile is a great starting place. If you're going to be visible and build an authentic personal brand, you need to make sure that your LinkedIn profile matches what your target is, who you're targeting, what you're about, what your message is. So that's a really great place to start. I will give you feedback on your profile, on how you can improve it. Quick feedback on the spot on what you can do to make it better. Also, Asset Content Plan template. So this is a template that I created. If you struggle with creating content on LinkedIn, and loads of people do, loads and lots of people do, I have a template, a formula, a plan that can help you to get over that, and create up to 8 weeks worth of content based on this template alone. I call it my Asset Content Template Plan. So you will get that thrown in as well as a VIP. You will also get my LinkedIn content swipe file, which features my top 50 best performing posts of 2021. Just to give you an idea of the kind of posts that really work on LinkedIn and how you can model it for yourself or just inspire you for your own posts. And then lastly, you will get a signed copy of my LinkedIn book, Start Being Visible. So all of this is worth like well over £500, for everything that I've just mentioned. But the VIP tickets are just £47. So where you have to go to sign up for this is startbeinvisible.com/masterclass. Startbeinvisible.com/masterclass is where you go to sign up for this free masterclass. Now, I want to give away a VIP ticket. I want to give away a VIP ticket to somebody who is listening. Who wants a VIP ticket to my masterclass? Who wants to get upgraded? It's like going from economy in your flight to first class. Who wants to be upgraded to VIP? Because if you want it, you've got to let me know in the comments. Otherwise, I'll just keep it. So you get everything that I just mentioned, in the VIP. So you don't have to pay for it. You get it absolutely free. So if you want it, say yes, because I've got a competition question for you. But at first, I want to know that you want it. Say yes, drop a yes in the comments and let me know if you want this VIP. So remember, you got to go to startbeinvisible.com/masterclass just to register for the general event itself. So free registration there. VIP is a paid session for £47, but I want to give away a ticket to VIP right now. But you've got to be hungry. Do you know Les Brown? Have you heard of Les Brown? If you don't know Les Brown, he's a great speaker as well. He's a really great speaker, awesome guy, very motivational. And he always says, you got to be hungry. You have got to be hungry. If you want to succeed, you have got to be hungry. You can't just be average. You can't just be wanting something a little bit. You got to be hungry for it. So who is hungry and who wants the VIP? So if that's you, drop it in the comments, because I'm not going to give this question away until I hear you say that you want it. Oh, yes, Diane was a VIP at my last session. And she says, go VIP. Get in the, in fact, let me put Diane on stage so she can tell it herself. She said, go VIP, get in the profile feedback. It's so worth it. Yes, thank you so much, Diane. Janet, it's so good to see you in the house. These are my Visible Women Tribe women. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. So yes. Janet is in the house. Money wants the VIP. Okay, that's good. I see them. You want the VIPs. Awesome. I have a question for you though. I have to give it as a question. I can't just give it away. And I see your question as well. I'm going to come back to that, about writing stories for the benefit of natural products. So here's a question for the VIP. And I'm not going to announce the winners now, because I want the people, if you're watching a replay, I want to give you a chance. I want to give you a chance to also participate. So I'm going to ask the question, type your answer in the comments. And then later on, by the end of today or tomorrow, tomorrow, I will go through the comments and I'll pick the winners. Okay. So the first question for the first VIP ticket that I want you to answer, and if you know the answer, I want you to put it in the comments, right? It's not a trick question because I have talked about it if you are listening. So here's the question. When did we broadcast? When did I broadcast the very first season of Visible Women on LinkedIn? When did that go live? When did I broadcast? So in fact, I think it'd be really helpful if I type this question out real quickly. So question one, when did I broadcast the first season of Visible Women on LinkedIn? So there you go. If you know the answer to that, type it in the comment, So question one, ticket giveaway, VIP ticket giveaway. Look at that, multitasking. I am so great at multitasking. Not VIP ticket giveaway. When did I broadcast the first season of Visible Women on LinkedIn? There's a question up on screen. If you know the answer, drop the answer in the comments. I'm going to pick the winners afterwards because I'm going to give away more than one. There's other questions as well. So here's the first question. When did I broadcast the first season of Visible Women on LinkedIn? If you know it, drop it in the comments to be in a chance of winning the VIP ticket to my masterclass. Okay, so while you are doing that, I don't know who the spammer person is on YouTube, so we're just going to ignore that. While you are doing that, let's move on to... Now, I want to share a little bit with you about my journey to being visible overall. My journey to being visible, the 3 things that really helped with that. But first, I want to take your question, Moneyho. That question, let me scroll back up and get that question. So, what did you say? Question: I write stories about the benefits of my natural products and the challenges that I faced in building and running my business. Where's the question, Manuel? Where's the question? Tell me. So is there a part 2 coming? Tell me. Because if there's a part 2 coming, tell me. Because I'm not sure what the question is from there. So what is the question? Is it that you want to know how to write them? Is it where are you struggling? Let me know. Okay, and I'll come back and check in the comments. So, okay, so that's the question for the VIP ticket giveaway. So my journey to visibility, 3 things. Now, Here's the thing about being visible on LinkedIn. There are so many advantages to being visible on LinkedIn. When you're visible on LinkedIn, it opens up so many opportunities for you to build your brand, to build your business, to grow your audience. Opportunities come your way. You can get invited to things like podcasts, speaking engagements, all of that. I'm gonna be traveling to 2 new Eastern European countries this year for the first time ever, based on my visibility. A friend of mine recommended me to something via LinkedIn, and now I'm going to be delivering workshops in Eastern Europe later on this year, simply through LinkedIn. None of this would have happened without LinkedIn. So when you start being visible on LinkedIn, I promise you that it will pay off. It will pay off for you, but you've got to be consistent. But my own journey to be invisible, now it goes way back. It goes way back, because like I like to ask my guests, what did you want to be when you were little? Well, when I was little, what I did not want to be was visible. I can tell you that for a fact. I did not want to be visible because I was shy. I was shy. I am an introvert. At the time I didn't know what it was. I just thought, and by the way, shyness and quietness is not the same thing. Being an introvert doesn't mean that you're shy. I was shy then. I'm definitely not shy now, but I'm an introvert now, which means my energy levels need recharging in different ways. That's the key difference. But back then I didn't know it. So the last thing that I wanted to do was to be visible. I wanted to hide. I didn't want to answer questions in class. I didn't like doing group presentations in front of everybody because, oh my God, all eyes are on me. I didn't want to be seen, let alone heard or remembered. So the whole journey, part of the journey of becoming visible was, first of all, one, it wasn't even intentional. I'll tell you that to be truthful. It wasn't intentional in the beginning, but as I grew older, I realized that the importance of being heard. So in case you don't know, so my background is I trained as a journalist, and I worked in the media for a while, and always behind the scenes, because writing is my thing. I've written since I was little. I even thought to try out broadcast journalism once, and took one look at myself on TV. I thought, no way, not my thing. I tried radio journalism. I listened to my voice playback. I said, no way, not my thing. So it's all the hiding from the visible stuff. Writing, I didn't need to be seen or heard. I just wrote, and that works for me because it was my natural comfort zone. So that was me growing up. And then in my career, I trained as a journalist, worked in the media for a while before I transitioned to communications and PR. But I always had a business on the side. Always had a side hustle, because I just had this entrepreneurial side that needed to be expressed, So part of my journey to visibility in that whole process was, first of all, embracing my nature. Embracing it took me a while, but I came to understand that actually, because I used to think that visibility was for extroverts, in a sense. Even I didn't use those labels. I thought you're either one of those people who are born, in front of the camera, you're loud, you'll stand up on stage, you feel confident, all of that kind of stuff, and it's just natural to you. Kind of like my husband, he's been performing since he was like 4 years old, if not younger. I thought you're either one of those people or you're just not. And I was in the not category, so there's a lot of things that I wrote off for myself because I just thought I'm not in this category. And that might be you right now. You might be watching this and you're thinking, I can't be visible, Mildred, because I'm an introvert, because I'm shy, or because I'm not good at public speaking, or because I don't like the camera, I don't like my voice played back, I don't like watching my recordings, all of that kind of stuff. Trust me, I've been there. And the good news is you can overcome all of these things, because a lot of them, they're all lies that you're telling yourself. And the fears that are stopping you from really embracing your true self, and really stepping out there, because you have a message to be shared. I'm going to go into that when I recap on some of what we spoke about in season 5. But really, so the first thing I needed to understand was my own personality type, and what that meant in relation to the things that I could do or couldn't do, not putting myself in a box, but understanding that because of my personality type, the way I'm wired, there are ways that I could do things that were still comfortable and authentic. And that's the same for you. You can still be yourself, whether yourself is a more reserved person and still be visible. It is definitely possible. So your nature, if you're an introvert, so I'm speaking to my introverts specifically because I do get a lot of clients, and I do get a lot of people, women who struggle with that. I can't do this, I can't be visible because of my nature. And I'm telling you, don't let that hold you back, because you can do all things. You can do a whole lot more than you probably think is possible right now. And being visible, as the more visible you are, the more confident you will get. The confidence comes from the action. So take the action first and the confidence will follow. So first thing, I embraced my nature and started working with it as opposed to against it. Second thing, personal development. Now, I cannot recommend personal development enough. And okay, and I'm gonna touch on it now, because in season one, not season one, season 5, episode 1, conversation Maureen Chiana. Maureen is a neuro leadership consultant, so she's all about how the brain works, and she helps people to understand behavior based on how our brain works. So she was talking about this whole idea that for most of us, we get told that by the time that we're adults, we're 21 or so, that our brain is formed and who we are is who we stay. And she said that's not actually true, that they've gone on to find much evidence to see that the brain can be rewired. And part of that rewiring happens through personal development. When you invest in kind of rethinking who you are and what you're about and what you can do and putting in new information, you can rewire your brain. So that's what I wasn't intentionally rewiring my brain, but personal development really helped me to on this journey to visibility, because I started going to classes and workshops and learning things and really reading. I got, we have books galore. I buy more books than I do shoes or clothes or anything else, but really renewing my mind. And when you renew your mind, it allows you to know what's possible for you. The Bible says that we are transformed by the renewing of our mind. Transformation happens when your mind is renewed. So personal development allows you to renew your mind and rewire your mind. So there's a lot of that happened for me that really helped me on my journey to be invisible on LinkedIn and beyond. And part of that as well is I also, because I told you, I used to think public speaking is something you're either great at or you're not, and I was in the not category, is that I intentionally improved on this area. And one of the things I did was to go to an organization called Toastmasters International. So if you've heard of Toastmasters International and you've been a member, let me know in the comments, But Toastmasters International is really good. It's not so much the training and speaking, and that's good as well, but the opportunity to practice, because it's in practicing that you get better, you get more confident, that you get stronger. So going to the bi-weekly meeting and practicing speaking, nobody was allowed to just be an audience member if you're a part of the club. You had to do some kind of speaking or leadership role, which had you in front of people. So after about 3 years of doing that, it became easy, it became a whole lot easier, and also doing speaking engagements and delivering training from the books I'd written in my career space, etc. The more I did it, the easier it became. So personal development was really key in helping on this journey to be invisible. And then lastly, I kind of touched on it now, is this whole idea of going outside of your comfort zone, doing what makes you uncomfortable. The first time I had to give a speech, I had to talk in front of people. Oh my God, it was terrifying. So was the second time, and the third, fourth and fifth. By the 10th time, it was okay, The first time I had to do a video on LinkedIn. In fact, it was a video, and I'm gonna give him a shout out. Chris Williams. I did a 30-day LinkedIn challenge that he was hosting in. This was beginning of January 2020. I decided I was gonna dive all in on LinkedIn. I'd used LinkedIn for many years prior to that, but never intentionally. Really, it was just something I did. I was intentional about building my brand, but I wasn't strategic. That's the word. So I did this 30-day challenge that Chris Williams was running at the beginning of January 2020. And we had to post every single day on LinkedIn, every single day for 30 days. And one of that included doing a video, afterwards. So I was like, oh my God, I don't do videos. The posts I can handle because I'm a writer. I write, okay. And every day is out of my comfort zone, but I'm going to do it. But the video, oh my gosh, that was a real challenge. Putting out my first video on LinkedIn. It was a terrifying experience. You have all the stuff in your head and how it's going to go and how it went. And is it all of that kind of stuff, all of it. But I did it anyway. I did it anyway. And I did it again, and I did it again, and I feel the fear and do it anyway, as the saying goes. And long story short is I got to the point of doing so many videos, not like massively so many, but about a few months into consistently doing videos about once a week, LinkedIn actually approached me and said, we've seen some of your videos, we've seen your LinkedIn content, we love what you're doing, we're going to give you a license for LinkedIn Live. At the time, people weren't getting licenses for LinkedIn Live. Everyone can get it now because of creator mode and LinkedIn. But this was mid 2020. It was something that you got on, you applied and you heard nothing, or you were just approached. And they approached me. I didn't even know about LinkedIn Live. They said, do you want a license to broadcast live on LinkedIn? I was like, scared, but I said yes. Always say yes and work it out later. Say yes first. So I said yes and I took it. And I've been doing live since then. And I'm telling you, it is amazing. I love doing this. If you had asked me 5 years ago, little Mildred, the one that was trying to hide in the classroom, whether I'd be doing this and teaching other women how to be visible, I say, you must be crazy, because that's not my thing. But I have, oh my God, I have grown so much as a person. And this journey to being visible has allowed me to grow. And I want to let you know that you too can grow. You can grow as a person. As you are intentional about building your personal brand on LinkedIn, you will grow in the process, and it's so worth the journey. So I want you to do that. I want you to grow. I want you to let me know where you are on the journey. I want you to let me know some of your fears. Drop it in a comment. Where are you? What are some of your fears about being visible on LinkedIn? If you have any, what are some of the fears you had to overcome, if you've overcome them? So I want to hear back from you. Drop it in the comments, because I want you to be involved in this. It's not a party. It's just me partying, So, but yeah, that is my journey to visibility. There's lots more to talk about there, but these are I think the 3 key things that really help me be in a position where I can do this stuff now, and I love doing this stuff. I genuinely love doing this stuff, So it is possible to change and to adapt and to become a better version of yourself, wherever you are right now. So I want you to know this. Okay. Right, as you're letting me know in the comments what your own fears were and what you had to overcome, I want to, Moneyho, I'm going to come to that question, and then I'm going to do another question, another giveaway. I'm going to do another giveaway for another VIP ticket. Remember, you're going to be dropping your answers, and we'll go through them later and pick the winners. Sonia says, yes. Hi, Sonia. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Chiama. Sonia says, personal development is wonderful. It really, really, really is. It really is wonderful. Okay, the question, Moneyho, is, what is the question? I want to, shall I put it up on the screen? Let me put it up on the screen. I want to coach other female entrepreneurs, but because I'm not hit high sales in my business, I think I lack credibility. How can I demonstrate credibility in LinkedIn if I have not got high figures to impress potential clients? Okay, that is an interesting question. Now, if I don't know if you're talking about figures. Okay, so high sales of my business. Now, it depends on what you're coaching them on. So let me just put a disclaimer here that other people might have different views on this. This is my view, Other people might have different views on this. If you're going to teach people how to have a 6-figure business, it makes sense that you have had a 6-figure business, or that you have a 6-figure business, because then you can really teach people the ins and outs and of how to do it, because you've done it. So as I said, this is my view. Some people say that the theory is enough. You can just read about it and teach other people. Personally, I believe the theory and the practical. So when I teach women about being visible on LinkedIn, I'm not teaching you from a textbook. Although I've written a textbook, but I'm not teaching you from a textbook. I'm teaching you from practical experience on what I have done myself. So I was able to grow my audience. I went from, prior to that January 2020 period where I really dug in on LinkedIn, I had about just under 6,000 followers, right? Connections built up over 12 years, 12 years of being on LinkedIn. And then in the space of 2 years after really doubling down on LinkedIn and being intentional, it just shot up. And where I'm now at like 32,000 followers or something like that. I teach what works because I've done it. So there's that part, there's a credibility there because I'm walking the walk and talking the talk. So Monica, I think there must be an area of your life where you can walk the walk and talk the talk. So if you can't teach how to hit high sales with your business, then there's something else you can teach, that is in line with actually and authentic to who you are and what you can actually help people with. So I think it's about tapping into what is that thing, what is that thing? Because building a personal brand on LinkedIn is not about being somebody that you're not. I'm not one of those people who would advise people to just inflate your profile and become this person and say this. And no, I'm really about authenticity. I'm really about being the person that you are, but just enhancing that brand on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn should be a magnifier of who you already are, not a mask that you're putting on. So I think for credibility reasons, I wouldn't not use the word stay, for credibility reasons, find something that is in alignment with what you actually can help people with. Maybe because you've done it yourself or you have really great knowledge in the area, then that extra inch of that's nagging you, that's saying that I'm not credible in this field, that will go away because you have it. Now, there's a different type of credibility where, and this is again, women do this more than men, where we feel like we have to have 50,000 qualifications before we can teach anything, before we can even open our mouth to say that we know something about something. And that is not important. You don't need to have 50,000 qualifications to tell somebody, to teach somebody something. But you do need to have some credibility in yourself that what you're teaching is actually in line with what you can teach and what you've done and what you can help other people do. So I don't know if I took that question in a different direction, but that's my thoughts on that, and I hope that's helpful. Okay, so all right, so yes, Stella, having an accountability partner or coach. Good to see you, Stella. Guten Tag. Does help. It definitely does help. I cannot speak enough about the importance of investing in coaches, investing in books, investing in things in your personal development. When I say investing, there's 3 types of investments you need to do. You need to invest your time, you need to invest your energy, and you absolutely at some stage must invest your finances if you want to move forward. You cannot do it without that. It's a seed. You plant the seed, you get the harvest. If you don't invest anything, you can't expect to reap a harvest. So I know so many, not so many, slight exaggeration, but I know many business women, who, for example, they want to charge certain amounts in your business, in your coaching, etc. But you've never paid that amount to anybody. So there's an incongruence there. It's not going to work. You have to invest in yourself massively. And any investment that you make in yourself pays back massively. I promise you it does. But it does require you to invest your time, your energy, and your finances if you're going to be serious about growing your business or your brand on LinkedIn and beyond. So yes, coaches are amazing. Chioma, thank you so much. Good to see you in there. Seeing your growth has been amazing. Thank you so much, Chioma. Now, okay, another time for another giveaway, and then I have to figure out when to give away Malachi Smash It with a Storybook, right? But so VIP ticket giveaway for my masterclass. In case you're just tuning in and you're like, what VIP ticket giveaway? I am running a masterclass on Thursday, the 3rd of March. It's a free LinkedIn masterclass called Visible and Profitable, where I'm going to teach you everything that I've learned about how to build a visible and profitable business on LinkedIn. So 3 hours. We're going to have lots of fun. You're going to learn lots of stuff. People who've been before said it's been amazing, life-changing, and all of that great stuff. So I totally invite you to come along and join us. Go to startbeinvisible.com/masterclass to register for your free ticket. Now, if you want to upgrade to VIP, there's some on that page. You also see the VIP bonuses, which includes a 1-hour Q&A with me, pre-session. You get feedback on your profile. You get my asset content plan template, my LinkedIn swipe file of my top 50 best performing posts of 2021, and you get a signed copy of my awesome LinkedIn book, Start Being Visible. All part of the VIP package. The VIP ticket is just £47. That's like the price of Nando's these days. My husband and I took the kids to Nando's the other day. They're only 5 and 7, but it's like 50 quid for a family of 4 at Nando's. So That's the price of Nando's. That's the price of Nando's. Americans, do you have Nando's over there, or is that just a UK thing? Just checking, because I don't know what translates culturally. But yeah, you get to have all of that as part of the VIP. But I want to give away another free VIP ticket. So question for you. If you want the ticket, I want you to answer this question, right? And as I said, I'm going to go through, just to give people who watch on replay the chance to catch up as well. I'm going to go through the answers later in the comments and then pick the winners from there. So the question for the second VIP ticket giveaway is easy one. What international organization did I join to help improve my public speaking skills? What international organization did I join to help improve my public speaking skills? And I'm going to put that up on the screen. Let me put that up on the screen just to help you. So that's the question. If you know the answer to that and you want to grab one of these VIP tickets for my Start Being Visible Masterclass, which is happening on Thursday, the 3rd of March, then I want you to type in the answer to this question, which I'm going to copy and paste right here. So that's the question. What international organization did I join to help improve my public speaking skills? If you know the answer, drop it in the comments, and you can possibly win yourself an upgrade from a regular ticket to the masterclass to the VIP. And by the way, please only apply if you can actually attend the masterclass. If you can't make that date, there's no point, because there will be no replays. There's not going to be replays. So if you can't make that, that's question one. This is question two. What international organization did I join to help improve my public speaking skills? So answers in the comments. Okay. Yes. All right. So I see some answers. I will not say anything about whether they're correct or not. And okay, Maniho, that's great. I'm glad to know that answer was helpful. Awesome. That's really good. And I saw another question actually, Maniho, you had. Do you follow notes when doing LinkedIn Live, or do you memorize what you're going to say? Because I have done this for so long, I have notes as guidelines of what I'm going to talk about, like kind of bullet points, and then I just flow. I just flow from there. So the notes are guidelines, but I just flow from there because I love doing this as well. But initially, I had more heavy notes. I'm one of those people, I like to prepare. When I'm prepared, I can rock anything. But if I don't feel prepared, then it's like, I can't do it. So yes, I like to prepare beforehand, but the notes are just guidelines, and then I just flow from there. But it gets easier the more you do it. So I promise you, the more you do anything, the easier it gets. The more you do exercise, the easier it gets. The more you exercise your visibility muscles, the easier it is for you to start being visible. So yes, okay, right. Question. Cake. Sonia is trying to bribe me with cake to get this VIP ticket. You are trying to, because I can't eat the cake physically, that's not gonna work. You have to come better than that. Okay. So some takeaways from season 5. If you were able to tune into all 4 interviews, I had Maureen for episode 1, Maureen Chiana, Cassandra Robinson for episode 2, Anne Stills for episode 3, and Sharon Gaskin for episode 4. If you're able to tune into all 4, let me know in the comments. I'll give you a gold star. Maybe I might even give you Malachi's book. That might be a good way to give away the Smash It With a Story. If you are listening and you've watched all 4 episodes and you were with me every single day this week for season 5, then you're going to be in a run-in to receive a copy of Malachi's Smash It With a Story book. Yes, that's a great competition idea. Yes. Okay, so yeah, drop it in the comments if that was you. If you've caught every episode, then let me know in the comments, because I might just give you this book. I'll get him to sign it as well, so it'll be worth millions, But okay, so takeaways from season 5. I really enjoyed having these conversations. Really enjoyed having this conversation. I hope you did too, if you're the ones that you tuned into. So Maureen Chiana, episode 1, and Maureen is our neurological neuro coach. So she deals with the brain and all of that. And we were talking about the brain. And one of my key takeaways from that conversation was, she said, don't stop until it becomes effortless. Now, this was in relation to learning something new and rewiring your brain. So this is a lot of people get to the point. She was saying a lot of people get to the point, like it takes a while to rewire your brain to do something, depending on what it is. Research says at least 21 days of repeating something, a new habit consistently, and your brain will get rewired at least 21 days. Now, I took that into a LinkedIn context. If you are going to build your brand on LinkedIn, if you're going to start being visible on LinkedIn, if you are going to really get some results from this platform by way of advancing your business or career, attracting opportunities, you have got to keep at it until it becomes effortless. And what that means is until you stop struggling with content ideas. I don't know what to say today. I don't know what to post today. I don't know how to post today. I don't know. Until you find that rhythm, in your content. This is how I post. This is what I talk about. This is how often I post. And it's just becomes part of your routine. That's that point. That point when it becomes effortless, then you have a new habit. So Maureen was talking about the point of effortless is where the new habit is created. So many people stop short of that point. They give up before they get there. It's too hard. I've not seen any results. Or on the other side, it's okay, I'm going to post on LinkedIn this week and they're really active, and then disappear for 2 weeks or 3 weeks and then come back again. And there's no schedule, there's no structure. You are not going to be able to create a new habit of being visible on LinkedIn if you don't have a plan and a strategy. So if you don't allow it to get to that point where it becomes effortless, where LinkedIn is part of my routine, so since I told you I kicked off with that 30-day thing, so that gave me that chance to create that habit. And then I've been posting consistently 5 days a week, sometimes once or twice on the weekends, but consistently for 2 years. Haven't missed a day, 5 days a week, consistently for 2 years, because it has become a part of my habit and my routine. So that can happen for you too. And I want it to happen to you for you. I want you to get to the point where it becomes effortless, and don't stop until you get to that point, because that is when your breakthrough will happen. That is when you really start finding the opportunities, and all of that will come at you from LinkedIn. The chance to influence, to build your community, to make a difference, to grow your income, whatever your goal is for LinkedIn, it's on the other side of your effort. So please don't stop. Keep going. And thank you, Maureen, for that great lesson, and especially tying in the brain stuff, the neuro stuff with it. So we've actually got scientific evidence for this. So that was my one of my key takeaways from the conversation with Maureen. If you did tune into that conversation, you have your own key takeaway, let me know in the comments. I want to know what caught you from that conversation. I want to know. So drop it in the comments and let me know what your takeaway was from that conversation. So Diane says, I'm watching Cassandra's episode before the session. Does that count? If by the time she's trying to win the Smash It with a Storybook, if by the time I get around to going through the comments, you finish watching Cassandra's, and you're one of the people who says I've watched all 4 episodes and I've tuned into this end of season party, then yes, it does count. You are in the running. So yes. I'll let you get away with that one. Okay, so that's episode 1 with Maureen. Episode 2 with Cassandra Robinson. So if you don't know, Cassandra she's actually a personal branding coach and a LinkedIn coach, but she specifically works with kingdom entrepreneurs, so Christian businessmen and women who want to use their platform to also share their faith and spread the gospel of Jesus Christ. So that's her specialty, and that's her audience, that's her niche. So I liked about, she said so many great things. And one of the great things about what she said is that your personal brand, the way she sees personal brand and the way she defines personal brand, is that your personal brand is your testimony to the world. Now, testimony in a Christian setting, it really means message, so it's your message to the world, and every single one of us has a message. We have a message, and in the same way, every single one of us has a personal brand. Now, you can either be accidental about it or you can be intentional with it. And I suggest that you be intentional about your personal brand, to really kind of think about, what is the message that I want to put out to the world? What is the message that I want to share? Who am I called to serve? And then use your brand to communicate that message in all ways possible via LinkedIn and beyond. So that was one of the key takeaways I got from that conversation, that your personal brand is your testimony to the world. It's beyond just a tick box exercise. It actually has meaning. It actually has impact. You can make an impact with your personal brand. You being you is going to allow other people to be themselves. I truly believe that we all have a people, we all have an audience, we all have other people who are reliant on us being everything that we are called to be and everything that we are created to be, because that is the key to unlocking who they are. They just don't know it. Most times people don't know it, and we don't know it. But when you really step into who you are, you can help other people, step into who they are. So thank you, Cassandra, for that inspiring message. Again, if you miss any of these conversations, the replays are on my LinkedIn profile, and you can also find them on YouTube. You can find them on YouTube and on Facebook if you're a Facebook person. Okay, so what was your takeaway from Cassandra's interview? If you were there live or on replay, or you watched it, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know what stuck out for you from that conversation with Cassandra in episode 2. So just drop it in the comments. Remember, if you've watched all 4 and you've still got time to watch all 4 before, as long as you do it before sometime Saturday, when I go and into the comments, then you will be in the run to win a copy of Smash It with a Story, Malachi's book, that will really help you to, as it says here in the subtitle, harness the power of storytelling and ace every presentation that you give. So you'll be able to tell stories that will have your audience hanging onto the edge of their seats. He's really great at storytelling. So he walks the walk. So this is a really good book for you to have. Okay, right. Two more guests. Anne Stills, episode 3. We had the very lovely Anne Stills for episode 3, who is privileged and honored to be working with her as a client at the moment. She is a personal branding coach and image consultant, and she just oozes all of that goodness when she speaks, when she's in her presence, makes you want to go up to the next level in everything. So Anne talked about the importance of the ABCD principles of image management, which is about your appearance, behavior, communication, and then digital presence. So one of the key takeaways from that conversation for me was that the first level of communication is visual. Before people hear you, they see you. So visual is the first level of communication. How you present yourself really matters. It really matters. It says volumes about you before you even open your mouth. So in a time and age when most of us, I put my hands up, most of us have, kind of got really lazy with our dressing because of the blooming pandemic and COVID, and now it's like it's time. Anne's campaign, Anne's message is for us to get dressed up again. Let's really take care of our appearance, because that is the first level of communication that people see. Now, if you take that on a LinkedIn level, your profile picture matters. Your profile picture is really important. So what is your profile image saying about you? If it's not saying the right thing, it might be time for a reshoot. It might be time for a rebrand. You want your image, because that's one of the first things that people see when they hit your profile on LinkedIn is your picture. You want that picture, that communication, that visual presentation to be saying what you want it to say as part of your message and your brand. So, Anne, thank you so much for expressing that to us in such a great way. You can catch, it's so worth watching the replay for that. Yes, Diane says, and me too. Diane says, I have leveled up my personal appearance since meeting Anne. Me too. You and me both. She has that kind of effect on you. So definitely seek her out on LinkedIn and seek out the replay for that conversation. Okay, last one, and then I'm going to do one final VIP giveaway, and then we're going to call it a night because it's the weekend and I got a Netflix and chill after this, right? So the last conversation was with Sharon Gaskin. Again, another awesome client that I'm privileged to be working with at the moment. So Sharon is She is the CEO of a company called the Trainers Training Company. And so for the last 13 years, she's really developed the UK's #1 resource for freelance trainers who want to create and grow successful freelance training businesses. She is great at what she does, like the business coach for freelance trainer. If you do any kind of training at all, reach out to her. One, whether for coaching or for just to be part of the community that she's created for freelance trainers. But so what I really loved about Sharon's conversation is this whole idea of taking radical action. So she took many radical actions across her career and her life, like relocating across the country, to somewhere completely different, quitting her business, quitting her day job to start her business, firing all her clients at one point, so that she can concentrate on the few that paid her the most rather than the hundreds that didn't. So taking radical action is something that I got from that conversation. That, in fact, sometimes in life, the only way you can progress is to take radical action. If you're caught in this place of indecision and you don't know whether you should go left or right, and often we know the right thing to do, but we lack the courage to do it. So Sharon has plenty of courage, or plenty of field of fear, do it anyway stuff to take a radical action. So I really loved how simple that concept was, but just this whole idea of just take the radical action, do it, because if you don't, all you're going to have left is regret. And for me, I think regret is one of the worst emotions in the world, So Sharon, thank you so much for teaching us and, reminding us the importance of really being radical in our actions as we step forward towards our goals and our dreams and towards being visible on LinkedIn and beyond. So that is the recap for season 5. And yes, Stella, yes, I love that. Stella says, we tell a lot about ourselves from our appearances. Presentation matters. Absolutely. By the way, Stella also assists with personal branding. So go check out her profile. She has some really gorgeous pictures. Stella, I love your pictures. You're like blowing up LinkedIn all the time, so go connect with her and go check her out. And remember, connect with each other in the comments, so everybody that's here tonight, connect with each other, reach out, grow your community, because this is, once you have a community on LinkedIn, it really transforms your experience of LinkedIn as a platform. So go ahead and plug in and connect with each other. So we have got a couple of minutes. So I want you to know, so the last giveaway I'm going to do, the last VIP giveaway, again, this one, you may have to go and re-listen to the episode to find the answer to this, because in the conversation I had with Anne, or you could probably guess and maybe get it right, there was one item of clothing that she said that she does not own and does not wear. Do you know what that item of clothing is? So this is for the VIP ticket giveaway, the final VIP ticket I'm going to give away today. Anne said there's one type of clothing that she does not own and doesn't wear. Do you know what that clothing is? I should type it for you, shouldn't I? Make it easy. So question 3. Okay, so let me type it here. Question 3. What item of clothing did Anne say that she doesn't own and doesn't wear? If you know the answer, drop it in the comments to be in the chance of winning that third VIP ticket. And as a reminder, the VIP ticket is for my free LinkedIn masterclass that is coming up on Thursday, the 3rd of March. So if you go to startbeinvisible.com/masterclass, you can register for the free ticket. But if you want to upgrade to VIP, you get so many bonuses, including my personal feedback on your profile and the chance to ask me any questions about your LinkedIn and growing your business journey as well. You can do that as a VIP. But today, in this session for this party, I've given away, this is the 3rd ticket now I'm giving away. So I'm just going to type the question here. So if you want that 3rd ticket, I've got 3 that I'm giving away. Go check out all the questions and see which one you know the answer to. But that third question is right here on the screen. In episode 3, what item of clothing did Anne say that she doesn't own or wear? So if you know the answer, drop it in the comments and you may just win that 3rd VIP ticket. So this is it. Now, this is it. I can see in the comments, Yeah, I see answers coming in the comments. No comment. I'm not going to say anything because I'm going to give you a chance to get involved if you're watching a replay as well. So do type in your answers in the comments if you are watching on replay. Now we're going to close out. We're going to close out the show. We're going to close out the season. So this copy of Malachi's book, Smash It With a Story. If you want a copy of this, I want you to let me know. And you have to be truthful because there's no way of me checking. If you've watched all 4 episodes of season 5 and you tuned into this live session, then I'm going to put your name in a draw to win a copy, a signed copy of Malachi's book, Smash It With a Story. That's an additional bonus prize. But somebody's going to get that tonight. So if you want that to be you, go and watch the ones that you haven't watched, all right? And then quickly catch up before tomorrow, and then we'll get that competition going. So that is it for tonight. This is it, and this is actually it for the whole season. As I said, this is a celebration of visible women on LinkedIn. So the series that I created in 2020 November to highlight and showcase amazing women on LinkedIn, and now we've come to the end of the whole series. But new things will come. New things. Sometimes you have to let the old things go so the new things can come. So new things will come. But I just want to take this time to thank you so much for every single episode that you've tuned in, every time that you've jumped on live with me, to have this conversation, for every single guest that I've had on the show. It would not have been a show without you. And I'm so grateful for you, for your time, for your wisdom, for your inspiration. And I'm so grateful for everybody who left a comment and who's joined me in these live episodes. You are awesome. And I really, really, really wish you all the very best in your journey to be invisible. And if there's any way that I can support you in that journey, reach out to me, particularly if you're a female leader and you want to build your business by building your personal brand and advancing your career and your business. That's kind of the byproduct of building a really good personal brand on LinkedIn. I will help you overcome the obstacles to be invisible on LinkedIn. But let's get to it. Sign up for my LinkedIn masterclass, startbeinvisible.com/masterclass. That is the link that you need to sign up for my free LinkedIn masterclass on Thursday, the 3rd of March. So this is it. I really feel like I should pop one of these. Balloons. Okay, that's not gonna work. I should pop it to kind of end the show. But let's imagine I've popped it because I don't have anything sharp to pop it with. But I'm going to say good night now, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. And I look forward to seeing you at the masterclass if you are coming. If you're not able to make it, then we let's just connect on LinkedIn and you can follow me or sign up to my newsletter and things like that. But tomorrow, I'm going to go over the post and I'm going to give away those prizes. So there's Malachi Smash It Story to give away, my book to give away, along with the VIP stuff. So thank you so much. And it's goodbye and good night for now. If you do have questions, because I just see your question coming through, Money Ho, I'm going to go over at some point and I'll come back to you there. But for now, I'm going to wrap up here and thank you so much for your time. I look forward to seeing you at the masterclass, and then I look forward to letting you know what's coming next to fill this vacuum that we're going to have from Visible Women on LinkedIn show. All right. For now, take care and have yourself a good night. Bye-bye.